Tony.
Yeah, hello.
Hi, Tony. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. So,
Yeah, hi,
Tony,
hi, hello.
where are you?
Hi, I'm sorry.
Where are you
I'm
reaching
from
us from
India.
today?
I'm from India, Mumbai.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, hi, Hamza, Abbas, Dr. Imran,
Hello, Tony.
Nazambo, and Ijaz. I'm sorry, I'm not able to get my video on. It's already 2:30 in the night here,
That's
and
okay.
I was just
That's all right.
yeah. So actually, I've got two questions. It's just wanted to ask if a person, if he hasn't taken his shahada, right? So would he still be a Muslim if he believes in the Creator? Uh, is it something that I need to take my shahada? That I need to testify, that I need
You,
to go to the masjid to,
you don't have to
to
go
give
to
my
the
shahada?
masjid. You don't have to go to the masjid, Tony, but you have to take your shahada. You need to take the shahada
Because
because the shahada is a confirmation and a completion of your intention, because your intention is just your intention. Believing is just your intention to do the shahada, but you have to take the shahada. Were you? Are you a Christian or what religion are you, Tony?
yeah, I mean, I'm born and raised as a Catholic. I was born and raised in Mumbai, but then I'm from down south. So,
Okay.
if you know Tamil, they speak Tamil in down south.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I've been a believer from the past 2 years. So, when we talk about, I've read, I've been looking into, I've been reading Quran and, I've also learned how to pray in Arabic. First, I used to do it in English, and then I met a scholarly person here in Mumbai, and then he told me how to you gotta pray it in Arabic. So I learned four kuls, and I learned two surahs, and it's just I haven't taken my shahada. I haven't told anyone. All I do is within the four walls. That's what I tried I had my Ramadan in the last 2 years. I did that, but it's just I haven't taken my shahada, and I think is it that the confirmation or to testify? Do I need to do it to the whole world, or if Allah knows me that I believe
Well,
in
Tony, to make
Creator and I'm
things
doing what
to
I'm
make
doing?
things to make things easy for you, you can do the shahada with us today, now, inshallah.
Beautiful. And the other thing is, before I do that, I've got two questions. Which is actually I'm looking into it. I'm a little bit confused here. Just help me out. The thing is, one is the Homo sapien things. I was just looking into certain things, the past few days, and I was thinking, we are looking into a lot of things where these people are talking about. We've already got Homo sapien fossils, and we've got Homo erectus, and these sort of fossils they are able to find and stuff like that. But when you look into the verses in Quran, it says that Adam, alayhi salam, had the intelligence to talk. He already was in conversing with Allah Ta'ala. And when Jibril alayhi salam was asking on certain things, Jibril alayhi salam even suggested to do farming in certain things, which I'm just help me out, just correct me. In this terms, when I'm looking at Adam alayhi salam's intelligence is not somewhat related to the Homo sapiens or Homo erectus, what we look at. This is some sort of advanced intelligence what Adam alayhi salam had. It's not I cannot have it compared with this Homo sapiens or erectus and this fossils what they are bringing out. So could you shed some light onto it? How is it? Is Adam alayhi salam was a Homo sapien, or was it a separate advanced human being, or how did we come up from Adam alayhi salam? Because when we look into this Andaman and Nicobar island, and there are certain people who are still living in that way, not very civilized, and we call them Adivasis, or how like hunters and gatherers and stuff like that. Those people. So can you shed some light on it? I just wanted to. It's not that it's not going to would fluctuate my iman or everything. At the end of the day, it's the creation, and it's the creator who does. God knows best about it, but I'm just in terms of gaining knowledge, and how does it how does it work and all. Just
So let's
hope
get
you
inshallah
understand
maybe let's get the doctor to inshallah deal with that, because Imran mashallah has perhaps out of us the most experience in that field. Dr. Imran, you're muted, just to let you know.
Jazakallah khair. It's interesting. I think that you seem to be already practicing and doing the things that you need to do, and I think that it's really important that you take the shahada. I think that's probably the most important thing. And what you can spend the rest of your life looking at these sorts of questions, because people have been asking these questions for a very long time. And what it is conflating a religion with science, in the sense that there is a scientific narrative of history. So it's not science in the sense of repeatable, testable experimentation that can be falsified. It's looking at data and then trying to put onto that data a theory that would try and tie the data together. One of the things that you said was that this idea of intelligence. Now, there's no way to determine intelligence from fossils. There's no way to determine language from fossils. There's no way to determine culture from fossils. So even this idea of trying to compare this with that, and I'll give you a basic. I'll give you a sort of basic outline, and what I would suggest is, for your own sake, as well as for the to really make sure that you're in the deen essentially and doing everything. So at the moment, the brother Hamza would put it as like you're doing all the work, but you're not getting paid. And so to a certain extent, that may be true, because you have to, really, the shahada is important. If you're able to take it, I mean, if you're able to learn the salah and you're able to learn all these surahs, I'm quite surprised that you haven't been able to find somebody to take the shahada when this is your ideal opportunity. So may Allah make it easy for you, and we'll do that in a moment. But what I would say is that there is a scientific narrative for the data that's available for the fossils and the history, and the idea of science is that there are no non-natural explanations. So every explanation has to be some natural cause. It can't be outside of that. So science will not give you an answer outside of natural causes. That's the only way it can think. It's restricted to this. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran that he created Adam from his own hands and he was placed on the earth. That's in a nutshell. So it's quite plausible for within the stream of whatever evolutionary processes were happening, whatever humanoid type of creatures that there were, that Adam alayhi salam was placed within that, and that's perfectly reasonable way of reconciling the two things together. Or you don't have to reconcile the two things together. You can say, yeah, that's the scientific view. My view is based upon a non-materialist philosophical worldview, and that's fine as well. So there are many different ways of approaching this, but you can't really get culture and intelligence from even looking at DNA or even looking at fossils or even looking at whatever you're going to find. You're not going to really get that. I hope that helps, inshallah.
Yeah, it's just a little bit. I mean, the thing is, you guys able to hear me, right? Am I audible?
No, we can hear you clearly.
Yeah. So I do understand that. See, it has nothing to do with what I believe in. At the end of the day, the creator knows best about it. It comes after the it's all in the creation. So that has nothing to do with the creator. Creator's knowledge is, we just not able to grasp it. Won't be able to understand it. But when we talk about Adam alayhi salam, right, the intelligence what Adam alayhi salam had, but and at the same time, was it when we say that we come from the lineage of Adam alayhi salam, he was the first human being. But at the same time, did we have any other at the same time, did we have, like, if we say Adam alayhi salam as a Homo sapien, did we have any sort of other uh, sort of a manly creation which were less intelligence, but were in some other region where Adam alayhi salam was in another region? I'm just confused. I mean, I'm just all over the place. I think.
Okay, I just want to ask you this. So, what difference would that make? I mean, it wouldn't make any difference, right? Let's say that they were. Let's think about this. Yes, let's just say, all right, we'll take the position. There were some humanoid type creatures that had some sort of intelligence, not like Adam. Okay. Or let's say, actually, no, those humanoid creatures didn't have this intelligence, and that was purely from Allah to Adam alayhi salam, and he came, and this is how we get our culture and our language, etc. There's no way for us to differentiate between these. There's no physical access to any of this information. You have no way of working out what someone, any other biped's intelligence, etc. would have. There's no way to determine that, and it doesn't actually affect anything that you would believe as a Muslim. So the confusion is that you're still trying to answer a question that you don't have access to the information to answer. The only way you would know that is if you were there at the time, and you were having a conversation with these supposedly intelligent bipeds who are not Adam alayhi salam's progeny, and you're not. So this is really conjecture, and there's a way of approaching data and information. Either you can let it affect you internally, and then you struggle, and it becomes like a tar, and you're like treacle, and you can't really move in it, or you can be like like someone who's in a glass ball of iman, and all of the doubts and things, they come, and they can look at them and say, oh, that's an interesting doubt, let me see how I'd answer this, and it doesn't affect you internally. And you have to be, your approach to these things when people raise them has to be the second type of approach, where you don't let these things affect you, and you can just talk about them and discuss them, knowing that my basis and the reason that I'm Muslim is strong. And you seem to be, mashallah, someone who's already made the journey. You've told us you're practicing, mashallah, you're praying your salah. So
it's just it's not today or yesterday. I mean, I started 2 years back in 2017. The thing is, I came across this book. I mean, I had a lot of other things. 2019. I'm sorry, 2019. Yeah, it's been 2 years. It's just I came across this book, and I wasn't the same person before. And when I read this book, it was actually a seerah, the life of our Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And when I came across this, I got to know a lot of prophets and certain things which was pretty much relevant to what I believe in already. In the church, in the Christianity, I've been an altar boy. When I started, I've been an altar server. In the church, going early in the morning to the mass and stuff like that. So when I came across certain names like Noah, we call it Noah alayhi salam, and Ibrahim alayhi salam, and a lot of things, lot of similarities. And then I came across certain debates. I looked into your debates as well, and then I did my research on book. And this has been happening within the four walls. No one knows about it except my mom. Except my mom knows about it. Not even my friends know about it. So I looked into the Bible where Jesus, Isa alayhi salam, nowhere tells that he is the one, the worthy of worship and stuff like that, which pretty much seemed logical for me. And then when I looked into it, and I looked into a lot of debate, then I got into more in order to finding the truth and explaining my mom as well. So I started explaining my mom. I quoted her own Bible on certain things and stuff like that. I took verses from y'all. When you all debate, I actually told my mom about it, and my mom started reading the Quran. She's reading a year, but still she's not ready to accept it. She's saying that she likes Jesus, and she isn't worshipping, but at the end of the day, these guys are going pilgrimage, and at the end of the day, it becomes a worship. But I tell her, don't do that. But she believes in Allah Ta'ala, and she
Tony,
tells me that you're
Tony,
do it.
are you ready to take your shahada, mate?
Yeah, it's just the thing is, I can do it right now.
Let's do that then. Let's do that then. Let's get that out of the way, and then you can talk about your mum and all sorts. At least you got something to give her then.
Yeah. I mean, I can say it myself, or I can say it with you all if it's so. I've been already saying it in my prayers. I've been praying. Yeah, I can do it. I can do it.
Do it then, man. Do it then.
Yeah. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh.
Alhamdulillah. Welcome to Islam.
Thank you so much. I mean, I've been here 2 years. No one knows about it. I went to meet Hafiz. He told me that you gotta read it in Arabic. I read the four pole, and then Surat al-Fil and Surat al-Qadr and Ayatul Kursi. That's an ayah. I've been into this. It's just I haven't told anyone except right now when I'm testifying it. But I've been a Muslim for the past 2 years. No one knows about it except my family who knows it. Now I think a lot of people are watching it right now, so they might be knowing about it. So yeah, and I'm happy, and I've been watching you guys a lot. It's just a little bit, and I've got another question in Surah. I looked into this
Sorry,
Surah
mate.
where,
This stream is for non-Muslims. You're Muslim, mate. Sorry.
so one question I've got in this Surah.
Brother Tony, if I can ask you, Brother Tony, because you were obviously Christian before, what was the trigger? What was the actual thing that said, you know what, Islam is true, and I need to accept this?
Yeah, I got it. What happened is there was this Pulwama attack. Something happened in India where the fighter jet went into Pakistan, and the fighter person got caught and stuff like that. So there was a little bit of things happening around here. Hope you guys know about it.
Yeah, I know about that. That's right. Where the pilot was treated very well in Pakistan.
It happened in 2019. So what happened is I was traveling to my work in the morning. Okay, so I knew this person in the train. You know how Indian train is, right? It's very much crowded. A lot of things happen early in the morning. So I saw this person just murmuring. It was Tasbih, they recited in the train. So there was this person doing it. I thought to myself, why is he doing that? If he's doing that, maybe he shouldn't be doing that, because this is not the scenario. It's just a lot of things going around. He shouldn't be just murmuring at this point of time. People might think in a different way and stuff like that. So I felt it. And I felt it in a different manner. But then the next day I wanted to know more about it, like what exactly it is. So after this incident, I was in the mode of reading books. I started reading books at that point in order to get rid of certain habits, get new habits, good habits. So I started reading book, and one fine day in the night at 12 o'clock I came across this PDF called The Split of the Moon something, and I just downloaded that PDF in order to have fictional, because I just wanted my dopamine to be in a straight mode. To a fictional level, I can read more, I can concentrate on fictional book. I was starting to concentrate more on books at that point. When I started reading it, it changed altogether. So that was the start. When I read that PDF, and then across I got into all sort of research and stuff like that. And even now I don't think so I know I know nothing, but it's just from inside that Jesus is not, he's a prophet, and there's only one creator, and and then I came across a lot of other things which actually gave me a full fledged assurance that this isn't what it is actually. And that's how I.
Alhamdulillah. Okay, so brother Tony, you've got our email address on the screen. Please do give us send us an email, inshallah, and we will continue our discussion, inshallah, and our support for you.
Definitely. Yeah, thank you so much, guys. Thank you.
You're welcome, brother. Assalamu alaikum.
May Allah guide your mother as well, inshallah.
Yeah, thank you.